Hi, I'm Deepshikha and today I'm doing this video to talk about change management. As every one of us is aware that most people don't like changes. It is very hard for anyone to come up with changes and then convince people to go through the change and then bring up the change. So as I said, coming up with some change is easy. To think that there should be this change in the management or whatsoever, but to execute it, to complete the change is a big time thing. For any change to take place, there are three main questions that have to be crossed by any IT manager before they can execute and implement something. So the first one is the why, the second one is the what, and the third one is how. Why change, what change, and how will the change be? So when we talk about why, we need to know that what is the purpose? What exactly is the purpose for us to bring in the change? So the purpose serves as the change chance to um, the state of conditions in a given environment, usually to one with a perceived set of conditions or parameters from the previous state. For this, we need to have a vision and a mission. The vision should be, if I want that this pen should be here, and so I need to know that when it was in my hand and then it should be there, that is a change, and I need to have a vision that what exactly should the change look like after it is being implemented. And the second one is mission. I need to know what exactly I have to do. To change the state of this pen, I have to put it up there. So that is what my exact mission is, to change the state of this pen. So the purpose is the main center of any change to come up. Then when we talk about the second question, the what question, we talk about the method. What will be the methodology to come up with the change? So for the method, we first need to have a team, a number of set of people who can work and who can gradually help to bring in the changes, because whosoever has to later work in that change first need to gradually bring in the change and then keep working with the same one to keep the momentum. So to establish leadership alignment, creating the desire to for the will of the change, building the project team clarity around objectives, roles, scopes, purposes, that is all about creating the project team. Next step need to be done is analyzing the change needs. That what exact are the needs for the change? We need to know that will be the impact of the change on the stakeholders, what will be the impact of the change on the workers, identifying the existing change processes, the communication channels, clarifying the business case for change. All this comes under the analysis process. Then comes the designing and the executing of the game plan. So when we have to do the designing and the executing, that is when the exact methods need to be considered. So for that, we need to know that um, developing the detailed change game plan is to identify resources and assign responsibilities for the execution of the plan. So delivering the change game plan elements is the main basic motive we need to do. Next comes up is the momentum we need to keep. The momentum means, by momentum I mean to say that what exactly need to be our pace. Do we need the change gradually, slowly, or do we need it straight away with a click, that the very next time we need to do the same thing or we need to perform any task? This is what the change we need. So the measure process and success The share best practices for continuous improvement is the momentum we need to keep. Then later, after we are done with the why phase, when we know the purpose of the change, when we know what exactly we need to bring in the change, then we need to talk about how will we bring this change. And for this, we need to know the change levers. What exactly do we have to do to bring in the changes? As in, I took this example. I need to push my hand up and then towards the direction of this place so that I can bring this change in the position of the pen. So first thing that influences is leadership. It's about inspiring, that the change need to be inspired. Then it comes to involvement. It's about engaging the team, engaging people into it. If we have brought in the change, but no one is trying to follow it, no one um, is really involved in that change, then there's no use of that change. Next comes communication. How can we bring in change is communicating with people. It's about sharing information of change. We need to tell people that this is change. If there's a new policy that is brought by the government, then the government have to tell the crowd, tell the citizens, tell everybody around that this is what we have got the changes in the policy, otherwise no one would know. Then comes learning. It is about building the skills and the competence, then training the people, then really building their skills to cope up with the change and then build the momentum and then help them to keep with the pace. And when we talk about learning, it automatically relates to measurement, because how do we know that a person or anyone who who is influenced by the change is learning and is good enough to now work in that change? We need to measure the amount of learning. So it's about defining and quantifying and monitoring. So after we are done with the communication, learning, and then measurement, the last one comes reinforcement. It's about resisting change. It's about the um, reactions of people or environment towards the change. How successful is the change is, knowing that is very important, so that in the later stages, when the change has been completely implemented, the why, what, and how phases have been crossed, then we need to know that what we did was exactly what our vision, mission, and our purpose was. So that is all about the change management for any IT manager. And that is all for today. I'll take a leave and thank you for watching this video.